This is an in the news update for Thursday, July 27th, 2017, period. I wonder really what you all think, what this country would be like without Trump being at the head. Some people are so really mad, flaming mad, about Trump being president. They think he's bad for the country and they're calling for his impeachment. They got some foreign guy in there that don't know half what he's talking about from a hole in the ground. That's some foreign guy, I think he's a globalist, that's releasing this initiative to impeach Trump. And they keep saying that Trump and Russia are in collusion with each other, and there's Russian hacked us and fouled up the elections, and there's no proof to any of these allegations at all. That's all they are, is just words. They're just fancy word flattery and fancy lies. That's really what they are. Flattery is really another way of saying lies. They don't tell the truth. They don't add up, and there's no evidence that's hard to convict Trump on any of these grounds. Even though they say, well, allegedly, this is what he did. And meanwhile, we have the general, the U.S. general, the woman who got her hard drives, and laptops and peripherals taken from the FBI, came in and actually seized them. And now she's trying to get those drives back. You know why? Because there's something really stinky on there. There's a lot of evidence on there probably that will incriminate her. That's probably why she wants those drives back so bad. But, that's just me thinking, there's something going on there. But that's why she wants those drives back. That's why she's making it a big case. But anyway, I was on the phone last night at a rather interesting activity. You see, right now, my business is open, my door's unlocked, okay? And it's shut, okay, like it's supposed to be. People come over there, they usually knock on the door, right? Well, last night, Beth Ann was in my apartment. She came in here while I was on the phone last night. Barbara was out there in the hallway, okay? And, now remember, Barbara Poe is supposed to be somebody that's supposed to be responsible for Beth Ann while she's in her care, right? And, she's not supposed to be telling her or talking to her into getting her to go into my apartment or do things. That's kind of like similar to what she did with her granddaughter. That's why her granddaughter don't come here anymore. Because she got caught by her own daughter, having her daughter go in my apartment. It's the same thing what she's trying to do with Beth Ann. Okay, trying to set me up, but of course it ain't going to work. Because it wasn't true with her granddaughter, and it ain't true with Beth Ann either. So like what I'm trying to tell you is, they come in, and they're in here talking, and I'm over there talking to my Uncle Jim about Aunt Debbie. And I told her I love her, and I was talking about Aunt Debbie. So I hear them out here talking, and voices. I said, let me go in there and check, and then I hear a scuffle. I go to the door, and usually you have to turn the handle to open it. Well, the weird thing about this, it's really strange, folks. But you see that handle on that door, I was able to open that door. Last night, I was able to open this door without turning the door, without turning the handle. So usually it's one of these handles for arthritis. You have to turn it like this and then open it. Well, I could pull it open without turning the handle because somebody came in here. I heard voices in here. I heard Barbara in the hallway. She was in here, and Beth Ann was in here. And they were in here trying to hear what I was saying on the phone because I had the door locked, and they unlocked and they snuck in here. And that, when somebody don't knock on your door like they're supposed to, that's called breaking and entering. Even if a door's unlocked and they're not invited or welcome, they're not supposed to be in your house or in your apartment. It'd be like if I went over there and went into Barbara Poe's apartment, she'd call the police on me and have me arrested. Okay, but see, Barbara Poe can do it and get away with it. And then she's getting Beth Ann over here to do it, which is not good sound or good, she's not being responsible as a guardian to watch Beth Ann. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. I warned Sean not to talk to her because a lot of this stuff going on. I warned about this, but Sean don't listen, so she's got to learn hard lessons, Hard knocks require hard lessons, and that's basically what this is. Sean won't see the light, but I hope she'll start seeing the light instead of seeing all the lies that are in her mind. Either she's going to see the truth or she's going to be mentally ill and just make up something. Or she's going to really see the truth. Her daughter was not touched inappropriately. Nothing happened to her daughter, okay? That's the real truth about that. Okay, that's what Sean has been saying about me. It's a total lie from hell. Okay? And, them coming in here and her being across the hallway, that's another lie. Because if I'm this big predator, which I'm not, why would you have her across the hallway from me? With somebody, especially that doesn't even like me. She's going to lie about it anyway. She lied to Sean about a lot of stuff anyway. And then why would you let a guy downstairs that has fondled women inappropriately, 5 women that I know that have come to me in confidence here at this complex. They're too scared to go to the landlord to tell. So basically, inadvertently, what they're doing is they're letting him to continue to prey on these women. And they're going to let him take Beth Ann home. And that really doesn't make any sense either. It's the association that she's in collusion with, and the way she's treating Beth Ann, getting her to go into my apartment to get her in trouble or try to set me up. This is not somebody you want to be watching your kid. It's not something you would do if you were looking out for the best interest for their child, or looking out for the best interest of overall, because that's what you do as a parent. You don't put your children in compromising situations or associations like Barbara Poe and Danny downstairs. And see, that's why I'm saying, the lying, the excuses, all this stuff. Like I say, you got it. You really got to look at the real facts. As I warned her about, it wasn't anything that was hiding or anything. It was just, this is the whole reason why. Because I'm hearing Beth Ann over there through the door. She's like yelling really loud, and I could hear her yesterday afternoon when she was here. She was here again yesterday, and she was yelling through the door. She says, "Stop saying that I love Michael. Every time I'm over here, you keep saying I love Michael, and I want you to stop it. You need to stop saying that. I don't want to keep talking about that. I don't want to talk about it." And then she said it again on Friday. And see, Barbara's in there, laughing and thinking, I guess they think because she don't have a boyfriend that, there's something wrong with it. But no, it's perfectly normal. A girl, when they're 13, 14 years old, they don't have to have a boyfriend. I mean, most girls don't. And a lot of girls do. Some do, but not everybody. It's not abnormal for her not to have a boyfriend. That's perfectly normal, really. Apparently, some people don't know how to parent or don't realize that. But really, that's actually normal. Really. Because I work with kids a lot. That's very normal for a kid to not have a boyfriend or a girlfriend if they happen to be, a boy. At that age. I didn't have a boyfriend. I didn't have a girlfriend when I was that age. I didn't have one. I didn't have one. I did talk to girls, however, but I didn't have one. Well, Beth Ann, I'm sure, is talking to boys too. She don't have one. There's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, she says Jesus is her boyfriend. But that's fine. But really, he's not her boyfriend. He's a father. Not a boyfriend. But, she's just saying that. But, she just, she's not ready for it yet. So just let that happen on its own, That's what you do if you're a parent and somebody that's a good caregiver. You don't talk your kids into doing stuff like that. Going into somebody's apartment, especially if there's this big bad guy, which I'm not. And, this is what's been spread around town and things, the Mechanicsville from Sean Shields. Her talking and passing the tracks, doing the Jesus thing, even though she's out there gossiping too. But the thing is, but yes, she's still all right. She's okay. She knows everything. But, that's kind of how she comes across, sometimes. But the thing is, a lot of people that are controlling her are just like that. Barbara's like that too. It's just like Charlie said, well, you're wrong about a lot of things. And he said that out in the hallway a while back. And she is wrong about a lot of things. She don't have it right. She told Sean a bunch of lies. And, I hope they wake up. They can get their child out of that care and start talking to me, because I'll take care of her and she'll be in good hands. And the thing is, I don't like all the lying and the innuendo. And I don't like being framed or being, saying things I did that I didn't do. But, I'd take the fall, Try to explain it. They wouldn't listen. They're too mad. They didn't want to listen to anything. So, why talk to somebody if they're not going to listen, right? But, that's basically what I've been going through over here for the past year or two. And so Beth Ann said some things to me last night, through the door. She said, Michael, I would never go into your place. She said that, I love you, she said. She said, I would never go in your place. I didn't mean to go in your place. It's just that Barbara Poe, talked me into going in your place because she kept on pressuring me, and she had me go into your place last night. And I didn't want to go in your place. Yeah, but she did. I'm going to tell my mom and dad what she did, and that's exactly what she said last night when she left. And then Danny downstairs, what he did is, I was just outside, just at the top, the stairs just over and around. I go out there sometimes and stand out there for a good 10 or 15 minutes, just to, really to just to catch him there. And I wasn't talking to him or saying anything to him or nothing. And he goes and calls the police on me and tells them that I'm harassing him and following him around. And so the cops come out here about 25 minutes later, which is kind of weird because I didn't go anywhere. I was upstairs and he's downstairs. He's walking in and out, slamming his door. And he's mumbling something to himself, talking to his imaginary friend or parrot or whatever. But he's saying, "Please protect me from the evil people," like referring to me as an evil person when he's the one that called the police and lied to him about things, saying I was following him around and all, which I wasn't. He just made all that up and lied, because Barbara and Danny, they lie a lot. So they should get married, because they act so much alike. But but it's kind of friends you choose, and it's just kind of people association. It's kind of what the kind of people they are. But the thing is, just to give you a little into what's going on here, it don't really bother me because I didn't cause the problem. I didn't say nothing to him. I didn't provoke anything. He's the one that called the police and provoked it towards me. I didn't talk to Danny. I didn't say a word to him. He was looking at me with wide eyes, like checking me out and all, and it looked like his eyes were all bloodshot, like he was stoned or something. And I think he took too much painkillers because he was hallucinating, and that's why he thought I was following him around, like he had a guilty conscience. Because I wasn't really, in reality, wasn't following him at all. I was upstairs stationary the whole time. I mean, I heard all the slamming doors, and he's out there beeping his car around 4 o'clock in the morning. Beep, beep, real loud like that with the lights. He does it all the time. He'll do it real early in the morning, too. Beep, beep. It don't matter, who's out there. It's real early, like 1, 2, 4, 3 in the morning. He's always doing it all the time. They don't do nothing about it. Landlord don't do a darn thing about it. So, but he's out there walking, slamming his door like crazy, Boom, boom, boom. You hear it. It's like, boom, boom. You hear it. He just keeps slamming that door all the time, But everything's okay. They're perfect for Beth Ann to be watching and be riding home with him and it's possible real sexual predator. But it's okay to put her in the car with him, right? Oh, it's okay to be over at Barbara's house, too. Yeah, it's perfectly okay. Associating with somebody like that, it creeps. Yeah. She don't care about Beth Ann. She don't love Beth Ann. That's why she keeps, teasing and abusing her and saying things that she's in love with me when that's all lies anyway. I mean, she's just causing trouble and getting her all upset because I hear her over there yelling at Barbara to stop doing it, and she keeps doing it. So it's like, it's a vicious circle. It's crazy. But it's like Sean, that's the kind of people she hangs around with, and that's the kind of decisions she makes, which are not good. Not good judgment either. But, if you want the truth. But I just hope she starts making some better ones. But anyway, let's move on to some more stories here. Enough of that. I want to talk about some of the headlines. And we already talked about the Russian collusion thing and how they plan to quickly remove Donald Trump by means of assassination or means of impeachment, because that's the only way they could quickly move him out there, by shooting him or coming in there and having him carried out by some kind of executive order or some kind of impeachment amendment that they could kind of do behind the scenes to try to just physically remove him, which is totally wrong because he didn't do anything, but they're trying to frame him and set him up. Something like the way I was set up. With the Shields family, with Barbara talking all kinds of lies. It's kind of like they're trying to do with Donald Trump. But you see, that's kind of what, people do. When they lie, and you got people in there that don't believe in God, they're going to do these kinds of things because they're working for the devil. They don't like Trump because he's a Christian man, and it's like I'm a Christian man, and people don't like me because I stir up things and step on people's toes. Well, not literally, but I do. But it stirs things up, and I don't do it for my glory. I do it for God's glory, but it does stir it up. But the thing is, I do it to help people to think so they see the error of their ways, because there's a lot of things that are going on here with with the children, the Shields and all, that aren't right, and. Sean's making some real bad, crappy decisions and poor judgments and putting them in bad situations. So please be in prayer for that, that she'll see the light. Hope that Sean will see the lights, that believe in all those lies that Barbara Poe tells every night. All the stories and all of the lies. Praise the Lord, I hope Sean and Charlie see the light. But anyway, praise the Lord, I hope Sean and Charlie Shields see the light. So anyway, but I'm trying. Because there's a lot of stuff going on. It's just crazy. But when you get when you start to hang around with gossipers and liars, that's what you get, and that's kind of what's going on in Washington. You get in collusion with people like that, better than they are, because that's all you do. You get breathing that stuff, you start thinking something, and then you start talking to people, and you think it's true because they tell it like it's the truth, like they got the authority on it. When really it's just a big dressed up, all nicely worded lie, packaged really well. It sounds really good because they're sociopaths, and they make it sound so convincing because they convince themselves. And if you say something enough, even if it ain't true, a lot of people will believe it's true. And that's kind of what happened here with the Shields and what they're trying to do with Trump. Same thing. So what I'm trying to tell you is, people need to stop lying. People need to realize the truth, and we need to really pray for Donald Trump. And we need to pray for the Shields family and hope that they see the light before it's too late. And and hopefully they can get her in a better situation and get the boys in a better situation. It's good to hear that John is working. That's what I hear. He's working. He's flipping pizzas. It's great. I'm not going to go down there and see him. No, not unless I come back in the family. But I know where he's working and everything. I already knew that for like 2 or 3 months. Kind of put a good word out there to help him get the job. So, I already knew it. Yeah, a lot of things I know about the Shields. I keep in touch. I'm behind the scenes, but I know what's going on. Because I love them very much. I really do. All of them. So, I'm kind of behind the scenes, but I'm still there. And I really care about them deeply. I really love those people. But I want to tell you, I just hope things get better for all of them. And I hope I get back in their family, because I love them. I got to talk with my nieces, Kel and Lori. They are moving to Boston, New York. I said Austin. I meant that's in Texas. But Boston, New York State. New York State. It's just not the city of New York, but the state. And that's a good area. And, they were going there, I think, sometime before school. They were moving. I think they're already moving there or getting ready to. Because he's, Bob, I guess you could say he would be he's not nothing because my sister passed away. But he would be my cousin-in-law, I guess, but he's not in that anymore. But my nieces will always be my nieces because they came from my sister, which are a gift from God, and they're very precious to me, just like Beth Ann's very precious to me, and just like Jeremy and John and Stephen are precious to me. Very special, because they're part of my family. I still consider them family. And, and it was just great to talk to them on the phone and see them through Facebook because I don't have iPhone, so I can't do FaceTime because I have an Android. Android. But Androids. But that's what I use. Android, yeah. Androids are good. I like them. They're better than the iPhone, I think. They're not so closed up like the iPhone is. You can't do really as much. Like you do a whole lot more customization with the Android. It's a little different, but hey, if you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. I think it's easier to use than the iPhone. But, some people like to pay more for the name because it's Apple. It's a overpriced gadget. Everything that Apple sells is overpriced. And then if you want to pay overpriced, then that's what you're going to get. Yep, you're just paying for that name. Really. That's all. And Android does the same exact thing and does more stuff before Apple does. And yet, you don't have to pay as much. So, that's the secret behind the sauce. But anyway, before long, they're going to make Android like that too. It's coming. In the next couple of years, I think they're going to close it down too. I mean, that's how all systems get. At first, they're a lot more open, and then they close up. So all Windows was like that. Now they're more locked down, just like the Mac OS is locked down, and the iOS will be locked down, just like the iOS is locked down. Well, same is true for Android. It's going to get like that as well, get locked down and closed too. It's coming. Don't worry. But anyway, I found this app called Fake Cell Tower Finder. Yeah, it's a real app. It's not a spamware. You actually have to run this process in the background for 24 hours so it can actually find where all these fake things are, fake cell towers are, because they've got a bunch of them all across the nation because they put them up to sniff and suck all your information. And if you know where they are, they'll definitely put a stop or you'll be able to tell your friends where they are, so you can avoid those areas where they are. Well, it's kind of hard to avoid them because they put them usually right in the same vicinity or right next to the real towers. So they just sniff the information up, off your phone before it actually goes to the regular cell tower. So you got fake ones that steal your information or copy it. They don't steal it. They do because they don't have no warrants. They just scoop it all up. That's kind of what they do. And then it goes to the real towers after they zap it and get it off your phone and other devices that you carry around that are portable, your computers and stuff. That's kind of what they do to get out of getting warrants. They just suck it up off your stuff, copy everything. Man, and to me that's illegal, but that's what they do because they can get away with it. But that's one of the acts of treason, and that's privacy. I mean, electronic stuff should be just as private as a physical document. I think, but it's not as private. Digital stuff don't have as much privacy oversight as physical stuff, but it should have just as much as physical papers. But they don't do that because that's how they're able to do this. See? So we got to understand there's a lot going on here. We got globalists in here trying to take Trump down, trying to overthrow our government right now. That's another thing that hit the news area. I don't know if people know that, but and of course, the night news. Don't forget about that. Make sure you visit with us at thesilvasmedia.com. It's on Facebook. You can see all the specials and sales that I have running. And also you can buy some of our stuff. You can donate to us at New Hunter Church of Christ, or you can donate to us. Just call me up. Area code 804-789-9376, 9373. It's 804-789-9373. And you can make a credit card donation there. Or you can mail it to us by snail mail at 7110 New NEW Hunter Road, apartment 423, Mechanicsville, Virginia 23111. That's what we'd like you to do if you want to send a donation by mail. But if you want to do a credit card donation, you can call the phone number. And we'll use it for the station, to pay my salary as a preacher here at New Hunter Church of Christ. Or if you want to buy some more products, we have a lot of projects. Just go on to silvasmedia.com on Facebook, because we can't afford a real site right now because I don't make a lot of money. So go there, and you can look at all the stuff we have and all the prices of our stuff. And, check out the boys over there. Check out the Bears over there. I meant to say Bears. Over there at the Fidelity Printing, because they have really good, real good stuff going on over there. See what they can do to help you to save money, but also to help them too. And they're Christian too, as well as me. I'm a Christian business, and they are too. Sort of like a Christian coalition sort of thing. We're both Christian businesses, and just give them a call, and they'll work out a good deal with you. Tell them that the Silvas Media sent you, so I can get a commission, because they're kind of like a sponsor. And the only way I can get money is if you all give them some work and let them know that the Silvas Media referred you. Okay, that's the key. And pretty soon we're going to be putting out an ad for Grove Avenue. There's a couple more days in July. I've been kind of backed up. I should have got it out sooner. But we're going to put it out. We got 4 more days. We have today, tomorrow, so it might go out sometime today. We have the weekend, and then Monday, Tuesday, and then July is over with, and then August comes in on Tuesday. So, please be in prayer. Help us out. We need $500 for bills to get caught back up. We've been asking if you could give anything you could give to equal that amount. If you really, we would like 1,000, because that's really what I need. I've been asking for that last month. It's true. Just go back and look at the posts, and I'm not making this stuff up. We need donations. We need likes. We need shares. We need love. We need donations. We need your generosity. We need your help. I mean, this is a real serious matter, because my check has gotten smaller because my insurance is actually being paid out of my check instead of coming out of the waiver. So I actually am losing about $140. It's been like that for 5 months. So I'm having a hard time to pay the internet bill, which is what we're talking on right now. So if you don't want me to stop doing what I'm doing, please make a donation. I mean, urgently, quick. Whatever you can give would be blessed. Even if a bunch of y'all gave $10, you might lose a meal, but hey, you're helping a great cause for Christ, and you're helping a great cause to get the word out. Hey, faith is what we do when we give. We got to show action with our faith, and we have to show tithing with our faith. And that's not what Michael says, but what Jesus said. And in order to have action, you have to first believe, because faith is the only thing that truly saves you. That's what we talked about the other day. I want to say hi to Doug. I hope everything's going out well with you in Reno. And I hope everything's going well out there out west. And I want to say hi to my mother and Aunt Sharon and everybody out there in North Carolina doing their thing and ministry out there. And the prayer warriors, say hi to them. I want to say hi to the Shields, and I hope, I don't mean to say stuff online, but that's the only way I can talk to you. I have a lot bigger audience. I'm not trying to destroy you or anything. I just want to get back together. I want to watch your kids because I will take care of them. And don't worry, I've learned from last time. I want these kids to be in good hands, and I want them to know that they got somebody that really does love them and does care about them. And I do care about them very much. I truly do love them. So I want you to know that because that is the truth, total truth. And I want to be back in your family. Okay? I love you too, you guys. So let's all work together. Life's too short and everything's going crazy. So that's all the more reason why we need to be together. All the more. And stop. We need to stop. You need to stop talking to Barbara and stop. Dealing with these people that you've been talking to over here because they're not telling you the truth. They're not. They've never been really honest with you. They've been just telling you what their version is, lies, because they don't like me and they want me out of here. So that's why they're making up a bunch of stuff. And you, Sean, just kind of believed it because it's what you were believing all along. Because that's what you had against me all along. Because that's what you seemed to have thought that was going down, but that wasn't true. So just want to let the record be straight publicly and reflect that. Because you don't have people cross the hallway from predators. And if I was a predator, I wouldn't be living here. And you wouldn't have people, send your children over to somebody across the hallway of a real predator if I was really a predator, which I am not. I want to clarify that. And that's what all this is really all about. So, just to get that out there, because I just tell the truth because that's the real truth about it. Because I'm just tired of all the innuendos and all the gossip and all the rumors and slander going around. So, we're going to map this up. So, like I said on another video. And, we got to get serious and stop, grow up and stop gossiping and stuff and really do things for Christ and make an impact. And, because gossiping doesn't do anything. All it does is tear people down, and all it does is cause splits, and it also causes you to lose blessings in your family, when you do things like that. There's never any good that comes out of gossiping. All it does is create more. God does more things to people that gossip. Because gossip is a serious thing, and Paul spoke out very sternly against gossiping because it causes division and it causes a lot of rumors and lies. And that's all gossip always does. There's never anything good that comes out of gossip, especially when it's not true. Anyway, to say the least. And when you're talking to people that don't really like me, too, that ought to be a big one right there. But, of course, other people don't always think the same way. I mean, I would stay away from people if people don't like somebody and they're going to say something bad about them because they don't like the person anyway. They're going to lie anyway because that's what they do. I think that would say a whole lot right there. But, of course, Sean went over there and talked to her and, believed everything she said. She sucked it up like it was lemonade, And she believed all that stuff, all those lies that Barbara tells and continues to tell. She keeps harassing Beth Ann and saying that she's in love with me because I hear her yelling and telling her to stop. She did it 2 or 3 times last week. But, Barbara keeps doing it, thinks it's a big joke because she's a big bully on the bus. He's bullying Beth Ann and abusing her mentally. But, Sean thinks that's a good place for her to go, and it's great. And she's really a real role model and a guide. But she's really, really looking out for the best interests of Beth Ann, making her all mentally upset and getting her all upset. Yeah, that's really a great person to really be watching your kid. But anyway, let's move on. But really, to say the least, we have to really, think about that. John F. K., we put a video out talking about actually InfoWars did. Alex Jones, an extra, InfoWars extra, that's what I put there, reveals that the photos of John F. Kennedy assassination were altered. And it shows the different, there's definitely a different story there. So you might want to watch that video because that basically tells they find evidence that those photos have been doctored. I don't know how, but watch that thing because I did it. It's pretty remarkable. It actually shows that they were really doctored. They didn't give the real information. They didn't tell the truth. It's like a lot of things we're finding about our government. One lie after another. They just keep spewing lies like, a press. It's like they tell one lie and then there's all these other lies. You ever notice that? It's like a common denominator. And, Donald Trump, he's going in there like a wrecking ball and trying to knock all that stuff down and drain all the swamp, get all those bad people out of there. But it's really hard. You can't do it overnight. But he's actually firing people and replacing them with more Christian people. But it takes time because the process is long because there's so many people in there that have been there. and they don't want to, the globalists don't want to give that up. They want to fight tooth and nail to take the freedom from America, and that way they can overthrow America. That way they can incorporate this new world order. What's holding them back is a couple countries that are free: America, Switzerland, and New Zealand. These countries are freer than most countries in the world, like we are, and they're trying to take that all away, because once they can get all the countries under this kind of totalitarianism, fascism junk, this crazy stuff, then that's when they're going to actually, make the new world order come alive, because the foundation has already been laid. Oh, and more news on the Temple Mount. They actually have the Temple Mount built. We were talking in 2016 they would actually announce that in March. Well, yeah, they actually are building the Temple Mount for the new final temple, the physical temple of, that's mentioned in the Bible, which really we know as being Christians that the physical temple is not what we look at. We actually look at the temple. It's not physical. It's built. That's just that's all man-made and worldly. We look at a spiritual temple. That's what God refers to in Revelation, where He refers to in other places in the Bible, where it speaks about the temple. And it's that the bodies of Christ is really the walls and the foundation of that very temple, and that the souls of the saints are what make up the embodiment of that temple. And there's no physical building there at all. No, they got it all wrong. But, the world wants to have a physical thing, but actually there won't be no Christ or any Christ or Christian people really entering. They're going to be Islam, and other, people that are not even Christian at all. So, that temple of the world ain't really Christian anyway. No more than Israel is not Christian anymore either, because it's all run by a bunch of Islam, different Islam, fashions. So, there's no Christianity there at all. So I don't know why people think it's still a holy land. I mean, you can give to the religion Christian groups that are in Israel. I think you should help them out and help Israel out, the people that are really doing the good stuff. But there's a lot of bad stuff going on in Israel that's been taken over by a lot of Muslim dictators and fashion groups too. Just like in America, we have a lot of globalists in our government that are, in Congress and all the levels of government. That's why they're trying to overrun our government, to take it over, to kind of knock it down and destroy it. And there's a coup in our government. I don't think it's going to be in a month. I think it's already well underway since the election. I don't think it's a month from now. That's a bunch of BS. It's already been going since Trump has been in office. So if they say there's a coup, that means there already was one. Anytime they say there will be one, that means it's already been there. It's not, that's the code. That's what I get, because that's really what they're saying. So don't believe the hype. When they're telling you all this other stuff, that, saying there'll be a coup in 30 days, and that queue's already been there since day one, since Trump got in there victoriously. They're trying to say that 20 states have been pegged or rigged, and saying all kinds of crazy, felonious, false stuff, like a lot of people do. They like to lie and tell and embellish and say a lot of falsehoods, and that's what they're trying to do to him every way they can with Donald Trump. And, with the collusion, with the hacking and falsifying information, he did not do any of that stuff, but they're all just lying through their teeth, because Trump is a good man, and they don't like him because he's a Christian man. He's a businessman, we elected them there. That's why he's there. And, of course, there's